I'm going to 100% Sonic Generations by S-ranking every act, clearing all the challenges, rescuing the chows, and obtaining every collectible. Running around at the speed of sound. Whoa, whoa, hey! What's the big idea? And what is that thing? It's gonna blow! Surprise, Sonic! It's your birthday! My chili dog! Oh no, they're sucking everyone away!
Hey, those are my friends!
Yes, and you have too many of them. Sonic got B-slapped so hard, he's now in a white void.
This is the construct.
And someone poured whiteout all over Green Hill Zone. Well, I have nowhere else to go. Let's see what's going on. Got a robotic fish. Go, Sonic! Go, go, go! Phew! Made it out alive, and just like that, I've earned my first S rank. Not that it's hard, just gotta get an A rank and not die. Securing victory restores Tails from stone. Sonic, ever eager, runs ahead to the next zone. And I guess we're playing as classic Sonic now. In the fully 2D Green Hills, it's revealed we need to save 3 chows and gather 5 rings of death for Xbox. Thus, I spin dash through the iconic Green Hill loops, put original Sonic in reverse at times, take a jump, skip, and a hop on the chained platforms, bounce right past a chow, so I take a small fall, find a hidden jumping spring, and break a boulder.
The boulder feels conflicted.
Collecting these items give currency to buy skills in the shop.
We'll take the lot.
Speeding on to the chemical plant zone, classic Sonic encounters splashing blue blobs, a golf course water hazard, long pneumatic delivery systems like it's a real factory, and stop! Almost outran a coin again. Wait, where are the other 3? Back to the start I go so I can take a path through chemical processing. Spin dash up a wall to hit a spring just right. And this place is
complete with water slide.
Ah, crap, I missed the jump. I ain't complaining. More water slide. The amusement never ends as I spring up to the top, so I can take a stroll to the chow. Tagging in modern Sonic shows off the chemical plant in 3D. Oh, we're back to 2D now. Hey, suck it up, bub. I know you hate water, but a chow needs our help. Outrunning the wetness, I go through an ever-changing landscape of platforms, go skydiving through the toxic waste vents, dash through malfunctioning robotic arms. God, what are you doing in this dead end? Anywho, I make it to some glowing electric plates before I end with a sick grind. Oh yeah! My efforts are enough to free Amy Rose, so Sonic can continue to ignore her. In fact, let's run to Sky Sanctuary just to put Amy in the dust. OG Sonic is gonna bounce off some clouds, outrun certain demise on the crumbling floors, then get back the high ground by using vine-covered rods. A run on a floating treadmill that gets me around midair. Oh no, it's falling apart. Was this made by Sears? Do kids even know what Sears is these days? Next thing you know,
Yeah, it fell in the hole.
And what Sonic level would be complete without a collapsing tower at the end? Wait, did you all see that? Looks like there's 2 other exits with a red coin on each of them. To reach the second exit, I had to skip the hole and jump on a couple of clouds and witness the tower's collapse from a different angle. The third exit meant taking the floating treadmill backwards to a secret upper path for the third high road out of here. That was tedious, but now it's 3D Sonic's turn. Let's show off those moves to get a speed boost, and while I could take the boring low road, I took the cloudy way up to vandalize. Breaking windows seems like a Shadow the Hedgehog thing to do, but I did it for the Chow children. Anywho, using the egg bots, I continue my climb and make sure to stay up in the attic for a missable ring. There's also a hidden zipline here that is easily missable too, but I do also have to go the other way to chase after a mischievous, evil-looking little chow. The hijinks are enough to unfreeze Knuckles.
Ha! Get in line, knucklehead.
Haha, Knucklehead. Bet he's never heard that one before.
Thanks, Sonic. You did a good job back there. Hey, did you gain weight?
Knuckles is fat-phobic? Call him Knucklehead all you want, Sonic. Beating the third zone unlocks Challenge X. 10 per stage? That's like 30 we need to do. I better get started right away. Ooh, pinball. Well, I hope you all like watching pinball, because I can be here all day.
Oops. You broke it.
It was like that when I started it, I swear. I hate it when the arcade eats my quarters. Anyhow, each level has 5 classic and 5 modern challenges. Some involve racing against the doppelganger Sonic. It would have been more exciting if he actually raced. Well, easy victory for me. However, some of Sonic's friends want to race too.
It's a race to the finish.
That's what your mom said last night. What makes you think you'll stand a chance, Knuckles? Ah, I see. You recruited big enemies in an attempt to slow me down. Didn't work, Knucklehead. Not every challenge is a race, though. Some add extra elements like a multitude of chained platforms. Don't forget to ring the notification bell after each challenge for a collectible. By the way, like and subscribe if you haven't. Just like that, the completed challenges fully restore Green Hill Zone, and I grab a boss key for my troubles, which I'll need 3 of. Moving on to the notable My Chemical Romance trials, I take flight with Tails like the good old Sonic 2 days, then take part in a 1-ring challenge, and it was, well, challenging. Between the constant motion of the map and well-placed traps, I was actually white-knuckling my way through it. And for the love of Princess Elise III, how come this one bot is giving me so much trouble? Ugh, it's finally over. On to the next trial. Metal Sonic? Face me if you wish to have the Chaos Emerald.
Maybe I will, gosh!
For some reason, 2D Sonic agrees to fight the robot on a collapsing highway, as Mr. Roboto attempts to tase him with an electric slide. However, his attacks leave him vulnerable. Unfazed, the mechanical wonder charges up an electric field and discharges pure voltage underneath himself. Eat spikes, malfunctioning hardware. It's gonna take more than a lucky hit to take him down. Instead, he throws the tops of street lamps my way. I don't give up easily either. How's the asphalt taste, non-breather? The mechanical one responds by quick attacking our platforms. But enough is enough! Sonic kick! Give me that ridiculously oversized gemstone. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, I run through a challenge while encased in an aqua shield that puts a bounce in my step, and use Amy to give me a boost out of some water.
Now you're gonna get it!
Recovering from forgetting their anniversary, Sonic runs through a challenge with hordes of the same enemies, then experiences a level full of invincibility upgrades. This is supposed to be a challenge? Okay. Followed by swimming for 100 rings total, which is enough to color in the chemical plant zone. Moving forward with the Sky Sanctuary renovations, I put Knuckles to work digging some buried metals. It's like I'm back at Pumpkin Hill. That made me feel so dumb as a kid. Then I warp and I warp and I warp. I think you get the idea for this challenge. Now to make the children cry by popping balloons. Shadow the Hedgehog must be rubbing off on me.
This is like taking candy from a baby, which is fine by me.
Chill out. I'll also turn the Eggbots into rings with ring time. Again, this is a challenge. Where is the challenge in this? Amy thinks Baby Sonic is being naughty, so she races him on a treadmill while trying to smash him with a hammer.
Go away! Nobody likes you!
Anywho, I run through a trial where the Eggbots shoot twice as fast, and this single bot was the fastest gunner in the West. I lost count of how many times he shot me out of the air, to which I would then plummet to my death. Whoever gave the robots Red Bull?
I will find you. And I will kill.
Whoa, Sonic. This isn't Shadow Generations. Just take your mind off it by unlocking the first boss door. And hey, who's that handsome-looking fella?
Hey, who's that handsome guy? Hello, 911 emergency. There's a handsome guy in my house. Oh, wait a second, cancel that. It's only me.
Take a good look at yourself, Sonic.
It's Eggman. He must be behind all of this.
Another Sonic? What? Wait a second!
This is my fight, modern Sonic. You should have laid off chili dogs. You're past your prime. Eggman, of course, calls upon one of his greatest creations, the Death Egg Robot. What a lame name. The lumbering giant slowly stomps forward, as he also shoots forth his spiked fists at the ground. I just gotta get behind this dude. Aha! An opening! Elden Ring dodge roll! Poke the butt!
My butt!
Getting dragged up to the factory gantries, I gotta stay on my toes to avoid the robotic drill punches that keep coming, and trick the scientists into punching button-summoned bombs, temporarily frying the Death Egg circuits. Take a short run up the stunned arm and hit him on the head.
Bullets attached towards the bomb, Sonic.
Dude, can you shut up? Your text is blocking stuff and I already know the gimmick for this boss. If you want to be helpful, maybe keep the platforms intact, because Eggman keeps ruining my plans doing that. He kept punching crucial spots to prevent me from running up his arm. What are you even aiming at? Pushing my anger aside, I finally lure him correctly, sprint up the limb, and bounce off Death Egg's thick skull one last time. Well, if it isn't the classic round Eggman, and he's being kidnapped by the strange entity?
No! Sonic, save me!
We're just gonna let the time eater keep him, right? Coming back to the void, we learned there's a second Tails too.
We're traveling through time, Sonic.
No duh, Tails is Tailsies? No idea how to say it, but I got the second Chaos Emerald. And more importantly, I can now silence that dang Omochao. Speeding on to the Speed Highway, a classic fast level from Sonic Adventure 1. You can tell this ain't America because the police force is unarmed. Jumping off a construction girder, I encountered the rare pothead Chow before catching a ride on a rocket. This thing's out of control! Sorry about the windows! This level really wants Sonic to be a shadow delinquent because it makes us break through every glass, forcing us downstairs so I can ring that big old brass bell. Now, Sonic!
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Which apparently was piloted by a Chow. On a separate run, I had to go down past the windows I broke, and down,
All the way down.
to bang and bang on a hidden bell until that poor creature is released from it. Anywho, I tag in Modern Sonic for a 3D warm-up grind over the underpass. And thank you, Sonic, for being very mindful not breaking any windows. So demure. Jumping on, I use a strange spring cannon contraption to get up to a Chow. Make use of the light dash to boost through rings while striking poses all the way to another chopper. Then Sonic gives in to his chaotic impulses, which for once have consequences. The fuzz is on our tail. They forget to pull up and die in the end, though. Some of them lived. Time to take more shortcuts around the highway. During my second playthrough, Sonic just breaks about every glass platform beneath him, skids around the road in ball form thinking he's hot stuff, and after experiencing the cop chase again, I break through a barricade for a secret way forward. Sticky pads on the walls allow me to act like Spider-Man. While I gotta go fast, sometimes I need to slow down for secrets. And bounce into the rocket way forward for a hidden Chow. I'll still take the shortest recorded missile flight back to the streets. Bada bing, bada boom, cream and cheese are freed. Who are they again? Pressing on. Could it be? Oh yeah, it's City Escape. I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy myself for a minute. I'll get moving in a minute, classic Sonic. Gotta keep moving on while saving a Chow in an interesting way by crouching over their wanted poster. Sonic takes things across the background apartments and even makes it to the rooftops. Completely uncharted territory. Now I just need to cross the street. Whoa! The big G truck. Run, original Sonic, run! Come on, baby Chow, you can't stay here. At least I saved the baby. Dusting myself off, because that's what heroes do. I waltz over the overpass, take a loop-de-loop. Hey, I'm walking here! Sheesh, is that truck driver crazy? Red Ring is not safe. Oh no, not again. This guy's really out to get me, so let's shred this place up. That's right, Sonic can flip around, ollie and kickflip his way above the street and out of danger. Righteous, righteous. When will Sega release Sonic Pro Skater? You know you'd buy it. Dismounting, I am now forced to watch the truck do donuts against construction scaffolding. And where's OSHA? There's a baby Chow chilling in the construction zone. Hope you are all ready for a blast of nostalgia as Sonic descends from a plane, snowboarding his way through the streets of the city. Sega's even improved our run, giving us access to the boost that blasts away cars and makes the absolute gnarliest jumps. It captures the same feeling I had playing this on my GameCube. Must keep on moving ahead and take the power lines as a grind. Moving to the ground level, I free a Chow from where Sonic Adventure 2 hid some animals and experience what made this level Sonic's magnum opus. Speed. Pure speed. This is when Sonic truly feels at his best.
Not another speeding ticket.
The gun truck returns, and by this government vehicle's complete disregard for traffic safety, you can tell we're back in America. Think of the insurance premiums. Some genius put buzzsaws on top of the truck, so things have definitely been turned up a notch in this level's makeover. And whose idea was it to put a ring here of all places? There's no way he can get me now. Holy smokes!
Ever wonder where your tax dollars are going?
A rocket-powered truck? Quick, Sonic, run for your paycheck! Somehow an alleyway is what finished the truck off, which is strange. But my gosh, I ran through this whole stage grinning like an idiot. I missed a couple of collectibles the first run through, and had to skip the big ramp on replay. No worries, I still get to go off a radical mini jump. Fittingly, completing both of Sonic's city escapades frees Rouge the Bat. But there's no time for pleasantries. Seaside Hills from Sonic Heroes awaits, and this zone has so many branching paths. Classic Sonic and I start by climbing into one of many cannons, which blasts us to one of many underwater sections. Then take a lift so we don't die in that drowning path. Jumping on a fish's unprotected noggin, I blast onwards. Gotta be quick crossing fragile platforms so I can take yet another cannon ride for the children. On another attempt, I purposely let the platform fall.
Oh, that's a bad idea. Oh, that's a very bad idea.
Except this is a good idea for a secret path that takes me on a short swim to a collectible. Alright, Sonic hates water, so let's instead go on the bottom route from earlier, get fired off a turtle's back, then get used as an orca's beach ball. All this route confusion for the chows. Eggman sure is cruel for keeping them underwater. On the 3D playthrough, I had to go over the top of the terrain. By the way, at this point, just assume I take the upper ways at least once each zone. There's always collectibles to be found that way. With that out of the way, let's enjoy a picturesque view before Sonic proves he can run on water. Sonic still hates getting wet, so I give him a break taking a left on the stoneway next attempt, which leads to more crumbling platforms into secret tunnels. Running on, I come across a roulette-like section that will take me down a yellow or green path. Correctly timing for a yellow segment shoots me off into Sonic All-Stars Racing. Booyah! Just look at my Tokyo Drift. It's all about family. On the runbacks, I go every direction I had in before. To save Knuckles? Or are you doing Red Face? This time I branch off the turtle path, featuring an abandoned Chow. And you guessed it, Turtle's holding up the paths. On the last run, I find Badniks guarding boxes, revealing the final Chow of the area. And Espio the Chameleon is set free, opening the next array of challenges. Cream faces classic Sonic to an 11 Chow scavenger hunt, which I admittedly lost at first because I was leery about going down on a Sonic game. You know, there's always a pit when you least expect it. Then I'm chased by a bomb-spouting robotic pouch, and Mario thought he had it hard with Lakitus. Modern Sonic then gets a turn, except he chases the same device that now drops rings to collect 100 of them, but it still bombs him. And if you're hit, you practically lose everything. The trick that worked for me was to stay back just far enough to follow the trail of rings and avoid any explosives.
What's the matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken?
I am not. Just you watch. I'll play hide and seek with Espio to prove it. You have to flash the detective to reveal him, and then home attack to tag him. Now it's time for boxing.
And welcome back to Championship Boxing.
I guess this is okay. I mean, it's not really about boxes. I give up.
Next, Classic Sonic shows off his skater skills doing sick tricks around the city, followed by another Sonic one-ring challenge, except Cream and her Chows provide 6 extra rings total? Why are these challenges getting easier? I don't get it. They then throw in the Thunder Shield, where the barrier magnetizes rings, makes Sonic invincible to electricity, and gives him a double jump. Rouge then decides she wants to be involved, but why are you dropping bombs?
Hey, I saved your life!
I also needed teeter-totters to get around. I take it back. Where are the baby difficulty trials? Taking a break, I find it neat that you can run on the letters. Wait, where's that music coming from? Oh, Shadow, why you always gotta be so edgy? This is where I finish you, Sonic. I thought we were friends now. Well, I do need his Chaos Emerald, so...
Our battle will be legendary!
So what's it gonna be, Edgehog? A race? Or is it something more violent up your alley? Magical floating purple balls up ahead? Violence it is then. I speed past the Faker, nabbing a second one, transforming into Super Sonic, regular Sonic with a dash of purple. With this new power, I aim Purple Meteor's Shadow's way, then follow in his contrail, stealing all of his rings. One hit and he's out. Gee, that was incredibly easy. I wonder if something was going on in his mind. Whatever, he's a downer. And I don't know why, but this emerald feels lighter than normal. Bet it's my imagination. Anyways, I have a quota to free 140 trapped animals that Eggman caged. Screw the rest of them. I ain't getting paid for this. Impressed from our bout, Rouge teams up with us and seduces robots? What fanfiction is this?
Trust me on this one. You don't want to know.
Outrunning my questions, Espio lends me a hand with his grappling hook, swinging us to victory. Then I swim an entire challenge underwater. Yeah, that's all there is to this one. 3D Sonic gets the better treatment, boosting on water while needing to gather rings to keep up the boost meter, and had to figure out how to skid on the deep blue. My efforts are finally enough to open the second boss portal, revealing the hideous visage of perfect chaos. Stand back, Classic Sonic. I got this. Calling this a boss fight is a bit of a stretch in my opinion. Mr. Chaos sits back, causing mass destruction while I complete a little course. If you're just gonna stand there menacingly, I'll run up you and swim up your watery hide to bop the noggin from the inside. Second phase, like the first, is a second path with added pathetic aqua tentacle attacks. Bounding around and into the sky, I get a second smack on his glowy horns. Here we go again, sprinting across a ruined road. Yada yada yada, his head explodes. Oh, Perfect Chaos is now getting serious, floating the infrastructure for a terrifying platforming experience. You left dash rings, you idiot. Can't wait to see how flashy the defeat is. Seriously? No bang sound effect or anything like that? This thing needs to stay in the white void. At least it netted me a 4th Chaos Emerald. Anyhow, let's explore Crisis City, a fiery place from Sonic 2006, where everything is crumbling, flamed phoenixes fly freely, and flaming snakes lurk. This place is dangerous. I gotta get out of here, but can't forget the chows. Working hard to stay on the high ground, the platforming gets trickier, but our blue hero manages. Onwards to save the apple chow. Don't tell him I'm gonna eat him. And beside the light of the fire vortex, find a well-hidden Tails lookalike. The beast lug magma at us. But isn't it strange how they simply vanish when merely touched by the hair of a hedgehog? Holy Toledo, that's a strong breeze. At least the end is nigh. Just gotta push forward.
Excuse me, what?
Forget about it. Now to time this jump just right. What is going on here? I died? This firestorm is just getting stronger and stronger. Must push forward. You know what? I think this is a problem for modern Sonic. I mean, it was his game. Just like his 2D self, Sonic can jump on flaming birds, but is also susceptible to the lava itself. The hedgehog at least hasn't skipped leg day, slamming down lava vents. I swiftly breeze past circling crows, am forced to take the walk of shame back to an almost skipped chow, then break my way down into some more fast-paced, pulse-pounding platforming destruction. That's enough of the future today. Beating the heat releases Blaze the Cat. But you know the drill. Time to move on to the festival rooftop run from Sonic Unleashed. While there isn't a werewolf to be found, classic Sonic does get to pop balloons and jump on suspended baskets. And not gonna lie, some of these danged basket jumps are harder than they look. Failing that leap, I jive through the dancing badniks and realize things get worse when I'm successful because there are giant axes that expunge my rings. Okay, this isn't what I meant by wanting a barrel of fun. Duck and cover, Sonic. And since when did you get mighty strength? Amy! I'll be much nicer to this one. Man, you mean to tell me I've been missing an entire festival in the backdrop while I'm stuck fighting robots with
Frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
Welp, I'm gonna be a tourist now, playing with Large Charles the Clock. Hitch a ride on the hour hand, avoiding the mines, and figuratively turn the day to night, smashing an egg blimp. Why were they flying so close to the building anyways? Your fault, not mine. Then dive into the crew's quarters to hijack it.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Now it's modern Sonic's turn. And hey, anyone else notice how empty the city streets are? Robotnik, what did you do? This time I'm in the open air, but stuck in the alleys and avenues, breaking apart less cheerful baddies and destroying personal property. I almost get stuck in a weird camera angle, but hey, it's a Sonic game. Then I break free in the wake of a dangerous spike-dropping airship. Thankfully, his aim is lame. Taking a second to stop the tour, I backtrack for a paper bag-headed chow. What tour of the area would be complete without a grind above the skyline and a run up the largest building in town? These tour guides really spared to no expense. Wish they would have driven off the robots first though. Finishing my vacation, I sprint through tight runways and I'm glad it's empty, or Sonic could have pulled an A train on a proposing couple. The ending of the level is a fight against an egg chaser, and I only call it a fight because I hurled robots at it. Interrupting the festival thaws out our favorite homie, Vector the Crocodile. Or is he an alligator? Is that racist? I better get out of this world. To the bright fields of Planet Wisp from Sonic Colors. This time I'm going down first, which goes against my natural instincts. Through the mines filled with snake caterpillar hybrids, the miners Fortnite emo over my broken body. Aw yeah, the Wisps are back. The pink one in particular allows me to stick to the walls and ceilings. More of that to come in a bit. I spin deeper into the mines, where I become a workplace hazard for the bots. And I'm already lost. Thankfully, the pink wisp allows me to climb back to my original intended destination. There's a chow with a pumpkin head. Must add it to my collection. I was unsure if I was going the right way, so I checked everywhere with the sticky spikes. You'd think the wisp was a permanent upgrade with how much I had to use it here. The most important use of it being having to grind gears, and do construction. Why am I helping them? Run for the hills! It's a missile factory! Modern Sonic to the rescue, jumping across the treetops. Why are the miners up here? On the cliffside, I encounter an orange wisp, which turns me into a rocket breaking into the establishment.
Possible.
I don't understand that biology, but it's Rocket Me versus the missiles. Though I still have to trek around in hedgehog form and endure a giant saw jump scare. That's gonna leave a mark. Escaping from that, I hitch a ride on some side rail minecarts, then make a pro gamer move using the rocket to follow a trail of rings. When in doubt, follow the rings. Blasting upwards, I spot a well-hidden black Chow. Wait, it's Shadow! He's much more cuddly in this form. Finishing out the level gave me a headache due to Sonic saying rocket over and over again. Shut up, dude.
I said shut up, you bucket of bolts.
That's not only the last act in the game, I've also rescued every single Chow. But where are the 2 remaining rings?
Where are they?
Let me share with you a pro tip. Launch a rocket underneath another rocket to snag another spaceship for what's up ahead. Now you can reach the secret area that wasn't possible to jump to. The final coin was a rough minecart maze of knowing which ring cannons to take, when to just ride through the calm bits, and a final epic jump over a missile securing the red ring collector trophy. One more race through the stage without worrying about collectibles to achieve getting an S rank in every zone.
Dude, there's the emerald!
I'll race you to it, Modern Sonic. Hey, that's cheating! Meanwhile, Charmy the Bee comes back to life. I got news for you. Nobody cares about Charmy the Bee. What we want to see are the last bosses, which will be right after these final 30 challenges. While we do so, I hacked into Shadow's extraordinary playlist. Let's see what he spun up while I power stomp and lower lava platforms with his added angst. Then Silver, the psychic hedgehog, thinks I'm a fake, probably due to the edgy music. He lashes out at us in his confusion by first throwing a single car my way. You think that's gonna stop me? Oh crap. He's gonna toss everything including the kitchen sink my way. I better get in the clear. I'm already out of rings. Silver then attempts to squash me with a single vehicle, followed by trying to slam 2 on me that I boost away from, just to get caught off guard by a stupid air cutter. That's enough! Sonic used this man's cars as a path with multiple homing attacks. Now lock in! No! Silver decides his best course of action is to crush together a car train. You moron! This is only helping me. Lock S-foils in attack position.
It's no use!
Frustrated now, the psychic cobbles together a junk-filled meteor. Have you forgotten who I am, Silver? I'm Sonic!
Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive!
Only 1 gemstone remains. And turn back on Shadow's playlist. I need something to entertain myself while bouncing the goalpost like a balloon all the way to the end. Fortunately,
I'm a keepy-uppy expert.
Vector starts getting payback for what I said earlier, shot-putting me around Crisis City. I'm sorry I called you an alligator. Switching things up, I pressed buttons to literally switch things up, then give classic Sonic a flame shield. He's not only fireproof, but also has a homing attack now. Yeah, this is a freebie stage. Actually, so is the next one. Blaze quells the fires for me. Thanks. Then in a level reminiscent to Donkey Kong, I get shot around in 4-way cannons. Sega, Nintendo would like to talk about the game mechanics with you. Oh my goodness, barrels? Are you even trying to hide it? After the lawsuit, I get to be part of the festival, jumping from balloon to balloon, and for once, I get to snowboard outside City Escape. Now this is what I'm talking about. Charmy's up, and he uses his power of opening water barrels to slow me down. However, I found Vector's battle to be the hardest of the challenges in the game. He must have gotten really mad at my previous comments, instigating a round of badminton with musical notes. I would volley, and he would return them with his bubble gum, but it was this fast gold note that got me every time. He would always ram it into the boxes in the front. After a few rematches, I finally got the rhythm down and beat the crocodile at his own game. Side note, is it even possible to not S-rank this one? Charmy's back creating whirlwinds to make an accessible path midair. This almost feels like the clouds and echoes of wisdom, because I can go anywhere. The spikes were annoying at the end, though. Speaking of annoying, playing a game of tag with Blaze while spamming the pink spike symbiote felt clunky to say the least. This arena had so many springs, I was often thrown off course. There's only one way to win this. Death from above! Only one challenge remained. With that, I've blasted every mission accomplished. At long last, I unlocked the penultimate boss's door. With a poorly aimed laser, Modern Eggman zooms after the blue blaze, showing off his skills piloting the Egg Dragoon. Running an endless hallway loop, the red Megazord shoots freeze waves and fires a laser fan that leaves behind molten rivers. I counter with the daily grind, catching up with the speedy dragon machinery and spin right into his dome. Attempting to get the upper hand, Egg Breath changes the perspective, spams out a constant amount of snowballs, then slams down his fists. That idiot Egghead put sticky pads all up his crushers, giving me a second opening. Sonic Slam! Again? When will you ever learn you can't win, you bloated buffoon? Finish him! What in the chaos control just happened? And where am I? Oh, we're slung back to the beginning? Guess Shadow's game got the better playtest treatment. But wait, there's more.
Time for a change of pace! Time for a change of pace!
Out of nowhere, I'm falling now. What in the void is going on? Let's end this now, watch the lame ending animation, and it's that thing again! Stealing Eggman again. If I had a nickel for every time Eggman was kidnapped in this game,
I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
Not my problem. At least it unlocks a new area and gifts us the final Chaos Emerald. Thus I press on, inserting the Chaos Emeralds into broken cogs to fix the flow of time, opening the last portal by draining some Mountain Dew pitch black. Diving right in, it's revealed Eggman was behind everything.
He had a little help. This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
As it turns out, after his defeat in Sonic Colors, Modern Eggman found a primordial entity that could rewrite time itself, and he enlisted his past self to enslave it. Way to put all the exposition at the end of the game. Run, Sonics! Let's get him! Classic Sonic, are you freaking kidding me? That's a light jog! See, I told ya, you already lost, and you're dead now. Could this be the end? No, it can't be. Gather all Mobians. We're gonna use the power of friendship.
Who are they?
How much time do you have? And how many comics are you willing to read? Never mind, your time's about to be up, because the Chaos Emeralds revive the Cerulean duo. Super Sonic! Let's cook these men sunny side up. Like the cowards they are, the Eggmen hang back, teleporting fists our way, while the Time Eater spouts out random debris. Throughout the battle, I can change the perspective between 3D and 2D. I'm boosting with all my might after the monstrosity and dodging yellow homing missiles before they can reach me, but I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. This supersonic form feels nerfed. I am constantly losing rings and will die if I ever run out. In 3D mode, the rings themselves are hard to grab due to the janky controls, so I tried to beat this thing as quickly as possible, rushing into grind against the monster's core and smashing open the ring pinata. Is it just me, or does that circle imply it's a homing target on his belly? It isn't, but sure looks like one. Needing to recover, I realized that catching rings in 2D is way easier than the alternative. Enduring through his attacks and the slow speed, I land another blow, triggering the dual doctors to slow down time temporarily. They are indeed fools. It slows down their attacks as well. Man, that was pointless. Speeding back up, I juke around laser fire that looks an awful lot like a special beam cannon, then surf up the time stream to break that entity's spare ribs. Tired of one of the worst designed boss fights in eternity, the doctors create an entire supernova to burn us to ash, but we simply fly right through. Together now, hypersonic double bash! Yes, we penetrated right into the heart, returning back to my chili dog gift. And it's still warm too. The party resumes as if nothing happened, while Classic Sonic tries to boost midair like his future self.
Do we ever win?
Meanwhile, in the void, the Eggmen decide they're going back to school for their teaching degrees, while I decide to buy the last of the skills. I forgot these even existed. Then I had to win a perfect hitless run on the final boss. Oh boy, this was a drag. Thankfully, hitting debris did not count as a hit, but the wonky flight controls made some missile dodges seem impossible, and somehow they could also hit me while I was mid-attack. In the end, I had to look up some speedrunning videos for tips. If you boost right after avoiding a punch, you can immediately sneak up to the deranged sap, pull the brakes right when the monster tries to clap you, then boost into its core. In the second phase, you wait for when both hands attempt the dangerous high five, and again bum rush that Shadow Man. Using 2D was only useful for rings and to dodge his laser blast. However, the third phase took another 4 minutes of zigzagging attacks before I could close the distance after a few more double-handed tosses. I'm sick of doing this. I've failed so many times. Just die already! already! After an entire hour of attempts, I finally claimed the Platinum Trophy, and I actually consider myself lucky it only took 1 hour. Others have had it way worse. And that's how I 100%ed Sonic Generations. It'd mean the world to me if you could like the video for that terrible boss fight I had to deal with. Plus subscribe if you haven't already. You all have a good one. Thanks.